Hello there fellow NPCs, I'm Scythe and today we're playing Everlasting Summer. We are playing the One Pioneer story and we are going back and forth between memories with being with Senya and present time, which is after the bus has left and we are shit is just pummeling us. We are living in the worst timeline where nothing really matters and we have been alive for so long that we don't even consider ourselves to be Semyon anymore, essentially. So, what happens when you're gone so insane that you don't even recognize yourself and suddenly multiple people, just like you, are showing up trying to help you and telling you that there is a way out? Well, the guys looking like me actually says there is no way out, but we met Slavia, a real person, and she says there's a way out. Can we find a way out? Can we find Senya again? That's the question. Now, we're in a memory and we are going to get married to Senya. That's what I believe in anyway. So that said, let's go. The whole camp gathered at the square. Uliana was chasing Electronic in a vain attempt to take away his very crumbled cardboard cosmonaut helmet. The scene of a man's first walk into open space was not without some amusing incidents. Genda's monument served as an improvised rock for cyberneticists and Shurik managed to trip and fall from it at the most crucial moments. It's a good thing that the distance to the ground was significantly shorter than the near-Earth orbit, and it met him like in the song, with the grass near home. I did not understand that sentence. Stop running, you'll kill yourself for good, Olga Dmitrievna was wailing. I'm not even sure what concerned me her more in this situation. The cyberneticist saw the image of the camp that had no accidents 365 days of the year since the beginning of time. Senya was standing near and tugging on my sleeve, but I was too carried away with the spectacle and didn't notice right away. So? What? Are you sure we should be doing this? But you wanted this yourself. I didn't want anything. You just suggested and I agreed. We discussed this 100 times already, and you know full well that it's not for real. Oh, so it's not for real, huh? She said dreadfully. That's not what I mean. We're just in this world, don't forget it. In a couple of days everything will repeat itself and no one will remember this. Yes, but I will. So who are you embarrassed by the most? Those around you or yourself? Senya blushed and said nothing. Okay, go change already. Olga Dmitrievna commanded us. Ready? Senya nodded. 10 minutes later, a strange sight for our regular pioneer camp could be seen on the square. I like this, that everyone is here, basically. Yeah, I really like this image. And also that Lena is very woohoo. She loves a wedding apparently. Oh, what am I saying? It was strange even for Sovyanok. And I felt strange too, standing in the middle of a crowd of pioneers in an old Soviet costume off someone else's back. Not a formal tailcoat of course, but still better than shorts and a short-sleeved shirt. Where Senya was apparelled in the hastily cut semblance of a wedding dress. In another situation, I'd say she looks foolish, but not now. Now this dress seemed to me more beautiful than any attire from the pompous fashion shops. So, what scene are you playing now? I forgot. The camp leader whispered into my ear. Olga Dmitrievna, what does it matter already? Let's start. Okay. Senya was standing as red as a lobster, not knowing where to put her eyes. She seemed now to strongly want to look at me. Everything will be alright, I said quietly. Mika was merrily smiling in the crowd of pioneers, as if this was her own wedding, a bit foolishly maybe, but sincerely. Lena was blushing as usual, but sometimes casting careful glances at us. Alyssa's whole look was saying that she'd been dragged here against her will and she would have been playing the guitar or just sleeping if only she could. Though Uliana was clearly thrilled with the whole spectacle. Children don't need much to be happy. As for Slavia, she seemed to be really happy for us and smiled kindly. let's get this over with already. Looks like any more and Scythe will be embarrassed to death. Okay, we're ready. I nodded to the camp leader. Now I had to say what they usually say at weddings. Of course I didn't know the exact words and managed to safely forget everything I prepared beforehand. I promise, I started, my voice shaking. In sickness and oldness. Now that was not how it was. What are you mumbling? We can't hear anything! Liliana merrily shouted. Be quiet you, or we'll put you in Senya's place. The threat had an immediate effect and Liliana fell silent. Well, that's just a minute ago I could have sworn I was absolutely calm and now I couldn't say a word. I could only guess what Senya was feeling. I gathered my courage. I promise to be with you for better and for worse, for richer and for poorer, in sickness and in health, until death do us part. The pioneers, joyfully clamoring until now, stopped talking immediately. It got so quiet, I could hear my heart beating furiously. Senya was still standing, her eyes dropped to the ground. Well, now you. She pumped air into her lungs and pattered. Agree to marry you, promise to be with you in sickness and for poorer. Here. The crowd exploded with laughter. Though for me, Senya's words sounded quite serious. And get it over with already. And what about now you can kiss the bride? I asked with a playful tone. Senya's eyes sparkled, making it clear that this situation was good enough even without kisses. I guess she's right. I will have time for that anyway. Good job. Thanks everyone. Olga Dmitrievna was shouting. Electronic came forward with a camera. He looked as if he would be much happier having a crowbar in his hands instead. Yes, that's true, because Electronic is in love with Senya. As long as they're NPCs, that is. A couple of shots to remember. Hell no! Senya bawled at him. Come on, for the family album. She hesitated a little, but gave the semblance of a smile after all. It all turned out as it should be. Better than it should be. For the first time in all this time, Senya looked me right in the eyes, smiled and said, yeah, I guess. Back to pure present time, without Senya, because she's long gone. I woke up when the day was already drawing to a close. The fever had abated and I found an injection mark on my right hand. Did the cat area one really help me? At first I couldn't even believe there's somebody here capable of a kind deed after all that's happened in the last few days. With some difficulty I got up and headed towards the camp. After all, I definitely have nothing to do in the forest and it doesn't look like it can get any worse. Time and again a thought was appearing in my head. I have to endure. I have to live through this week and then I'll be easier. I will recover physically and there will be even some time to recover mentally. Just don't despair, don't give up, don't be like him. I'd rather die than live like that. Who's him though? Is that the main Semyon that left the game? The dream I mean? Pioneers with backpacks, bags and parcels were scampering back and forth through the square. The camp leader was standing near Agenda like a small monument, arms akimbo and shouting formidably. I froze on the spot, not knowing what to expect. This world is a continuous motion. It changes before my very eyes. Just yesterday they were ready to kill me. And what about today? Hey, Semyon! The camp leader shouted and looked at me intimidatingly. Who? Me? Are you addressing me? Why aren't you packed up yet? Oh, it's been 7 days already. Packed up? I'm ready to be packed off. Today's the last day of this session. Did you forget again? Packing up, off you go. I didn't want to argue with her. I just didn't have the strength, and I stopped being surprised a long time ago. So I just flung out, is it okay that I look like this? And pointed on my torn clothes and the bruises all over me. What happened to you? The camp leader sincerely wondered. Were you running through the forest and fell? What the hell are you talking about? What forest? Why would I even need to run through the forest? Okay, it's not my business. We are leaving in half an hour. If you're late again, you'll stay for another session. Did you say that as if you know that this is going to loop around? She smirked. Stay here for another session. No, this definitely lies outside of my plans. Anyways, a new change to get out of here appeared, even if in such a dumb way. I slowly dragged myself towards the bus stop. The whole camp crowded in front of the bus. Everyone's waiting for the camp leader. After all, following the rules contradicts our own rules. Oh, what happened to you? A pioneer from the infirmary inquired maternally. Are you alright? Need a bandage? Why stop at that? Offer me a splint. Must have fallen in a ditch and cried his eyes out. Sure, look who's talking. What if wolves got him? Only if those wolves were the local pioneers. I was just sitting quietly on the roadside, my head lowered onto my hands. I didn't even want to think about what will happen tomorrow, whether I will get into a new loop or it will all end once and for all. Or maybe there's something else waiting for me ahead. Something better? Oh, we're going into a memory again. This is Senya's cabin. When I woke up, Senya wasn't nearby. Must have gone to take care of some personal business. God, why does she need this whole pioneer game? Especially on the wedding night. I stretched myself and yawned with pleasure. Oh well, at least I can surprise her. Pick some flowers in the forest. Not much of a gift, but I know she likes amaryllis. I could never understand why women like flowers. Why not nettles or hogweed them? Those are the plants too, and they are nice in their habitats, not pots or vases. Though, what does it matter if every time I gift her flowers to Senya, her face lit up with a bright smile? Of course, it might have been not because of the flowers alone. With a bouquet in my hands, I filed into the library, loudly throwing the door open. Behind the librarian's table was sitting Alyssa, looking gloomy and leafing through some magazine. Oh, the newlywed has shown up, she muttered, looking at me sullenly. Is she jealous? Hey, where's Senya? Dunno, asked me to sit here for her and went somewhere else herself. Well, yes. My Senya can even persuade Alyssa. Okay, then I'll... And somehow she wasn't glowing with happiness at all. Alyssa said to my back. Excuse me, what do you mean by that? Where did Senya go? Maybe she decided to make us a surprise gift too. No, surprises are not her thing. It must simply be time for breakfast. I ran to the canteen. The pioneers were merrily clamoring inside. The dishes were clattering in the same merry manner. Even the usually gloomy lady cook looked unusually merry today. I noticed Slavia and walked up to her. Hi, have you seen Senya? Slavia looked at me with surprise, then got embarrassed and turned her eyes away. I think she went to the bus stop. The bus stop? Why? I don't know. You better ask her yourself. You'll still make it if you hurry. The bus is coming, and she's leaving. To the bus stop. To the bus stop! In a minute I ran past the camp's gates and saw Senya standing at the road, her gaze directed somewhere far away to the horizon, past the plains and the forest, following the bright summer sun. A strange expression was on her face, sadness, anticipation and anguish mixed together, but at the same time Senya looked so very different. I didn't recognize her. She already left. She found a way to get out, and she took it. Shit. So, it's one thing if she managed to get out because he didn't want to leave, but she found a way out. But she just took it, and as long as we don't know the reason why she didn't wake him up, we can only assume that she wanted to get out more than she wanted it to stay with Semyon. That's bullshit. Better? No, I can believe this even less the fact that tomorrow I'll return to the real world. Maybe it was better before. It seems like the pioneer was saying that I forgot a lot. But what exactly? And remembering again. We're gonna talk to Senya. Hey, I was looking for you. It sounded silly and my voice was trembling. I just had to say something, so I put a fake smile on and tried to talk in a friendly manner. What do you want? Senya responded coldly. Yeah. NPC Senya. I woke up and you were gone, so Senya turned around with her eyes shining. I'm going, she said with a calm voice. Where? Home. But buses don't come here. Buses? What the heck? They do. Here, I made this for you. I handed her a bouquet, which instantly ended up on the ground. I don't need anything from you. You? Yesterday? I don't want to know you. I don't know what happened, but I'm sure it was all your fault. What? Does she remember getting married? She has lost all of her personality by when she took the bus or something. What was my fault? Everything. This stupid marriage and what happened during the night. But she agreed. But we agreed. You wanted this yourself, remember? A couple of weeks ago. I didn't even know you a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. Senya left. Yeah, it all started back then. Or continued. I don't care anymore. I decided I could be happy with Senya, but she disappeared just as she appeared. Suddenly. Senya, sitting not in the library but at a canteen porch. It was so long ago. I lost my faith once. I stopped being human, but then I met her and it almost seemed like life was giving me a second chance, albeit in this strange world. But then she was gone, and during the endless cycles I forgot everything. I went back to how I was before I first met her. I stopped being myself. Maybe he was right. Back to Senya. What are you saying? We've known each other for... I don't even know how long we've known each other for. I don't know you, and I don't want to know you. But wait, Suddenly weakness hit me and I dropped to my knees, just to avoid falling on my face. My ring felt very hot on my finger. I could feel the burning almost physically. Here, take it. Senya took something out of her pocket and threw it at me. I'm going for a walk. I twisted the thin engagement ring in my hand and started crying. I never cried like this before. Not in this world, not in the previous one. And everything ended. Forever. I guess something human remained in me, so I decided to forget everything, so as to not go completely insane. But now all my memories were here, and with them came the pain. It wasn't that bad. It had slowly weakened through time, but it was still tearing me apart. Almost as if I was being torn to pieces, and the only piece remaining was the one with my consciousness somehow in it. Not one, not half, only a sad coincidence, an acceptable terror in the perfect equation of this world. Don't be so sad, bro. Some pioneer was sitting next to me. You again. Who? Who, me? What difference does it make? You, him, that one, this one, you all look alike. He didn't respond. He just giggled. Did you come here to mock me again? It would have been better if you killed me that time. But you remembered everything. I remembered, and it's even worse because of that. You're the one at fault here. At fault for what? For trying to stop you from leaving with Cat-Eared? I know that was you in that bus. Did you drag a Semyon out of the bus? There was still no emotions on the pioneer's face. Maybe it was, or it wasn't. What's the difference now? That means you managed to get out? And came back just to mock me? Didn't you do the same? Oh, that's interesting. Stop pushing these morals onto me, for God's sake. Back to crying without Senya. I was down on my knees and looking at Senya, who was slowly getting further and further away. And there she went around a corner. I can't get her back. Anyway, I knew that this wasn't Senya. My real Senya disappeared yesterday. This was just a soulless doll that looked like her. Oh, she didn't leave. She disappeared during the night, possibly. That's how she made the exit. But she looked just like her. The tale can't last forever. This world is a true hell, and I'm the demon. And demons can't ever reach true happiness. Yeah, we're spiraling out of control right now, going back and forth here rapidly. Just tell me one thing. I killed the silence. Why is everything like this? You had a chance from the very beginning, a choice. You could have done everything differently. Many did it right, different from how you and others alike did. Yeah, right. They all got out and are now living happily with their dolls in the real world. I grinned. You think that your life is better? He clearly emphasized the word life. If you're the one that took Senya away from me. Rage was growing inside of me. I went to jump on him and beat him to death. But I wasn't sure that he existed in the physical world. But even then, what would change? You could have been happy with every other girl. That's the reason they're all here. I didn't expect such an answer. But none of them are real. The only real ones were me, you, us all. Senya. That's only for you, in your world. You know that there are many realities and in every one of those you pick your own faith. Maybe there was only one Semyon, but this camp gave him multiple possibilities. Someone managed to get out and now lives happily, like you said. Someone stuck, like you. Can you tell me what this place is? Who are you? You can think of me as a camp leader. The pioneer gave a smile without any trace of mockery or irony, and vanished. I felt a bit easier after hearing his words. So, apparently Semyon can go back and forth now, between reality and Sovyonok. But because he can do that, he is essentially a guardian of the realm. Is he the prime Semyon that we met, that we saw, that was talking to us in the last ending? The world was suddenly engulfed in a fog, and a bright flash appeared in front of me. I looked around and realized that the pioneers are gone, as well as the bus. What? Again? The gates creaked silently, and I hid behind the pioneer's monument. Semyon walked onto the bus stop, one of the Semyons, but his facial expression was painfully familiar. I've forgotten long ago that I can look exactly like that. He stared at the road for some time and headed back into the camp. Don't trust him, I said on an impulse. Oh, shit. Okay. So this Semyon right here is the very first Semyon that I played in this playthrough. When I was going on the solo path. Don't trust him. I remember that we were told that. Who are you? Semyon looked surprised. Stop! Don't come any closer. Alright, I'll stay here. Have you seen him? Talked to him? No. We are talking to a different Semyon, who is looking... Oh, it's getting difficult here because we only have so many images. It's difficult to keep track of what's going on. Who are you even talking about? You know who. Yes. What did it tell you? Nothing really. Did it give you advice? Did it tell you what to do? Threaten you? No, nothing like that. Of course it seemed pretty weird, but nothing more than that. Remember he may not be alone. Or more likely, he is alone, but you may meet many pioneers who look like him. And what about you? Who are you? Who are you hiding from? You will understand. In time. Just remember, the most important thing is to find the exit. Yeah, I do remember something like that. The wind became really strong for a moment, and the same flash appeared before me. And again, in an instant, the bus and pioneers appeared once again. I don't know what I told him everything for. I thought it was the right thing to do. If only I remembered what remorse and repentance were, then possibly that would be what I'm feeling. A pioneer should always be ready. A familiar voice sounded like thunder in the midst of a clear day. And a familiar thump on my back brought me out of the catatonic state I was in. Senya was standing in front of me. I instantly knew that this was Senya, not the doll. Oh, what? But how? And this is now, real time. Because he calls himself... No, he did call himself Pioneer. He started calling himself Pioneer as soon as Senya disappeared. Huh. Those were the only words I could whisper. I don't know. She smiled, but her voice was trembling. Back then, after the wedding, I woke up in a different world. I thought I'd lost you, and then there were so many loops that I nearly forgot. She woke up in a different camp, not in reality. Sorry, I said quietly. Forgive me for everything. But that was okay. Then he came and said that he could guide me to the world you're in. I didn't believe it at first, but here I am. I jumped forward and hugged Senya. Forgive me, I've forgotten everything, forgotten you. I've done so many bad things to you. I didn't believe it. I didn't hope for it. I'm sorry. You're going to suffocate me. She freed herself from my arms. But now I'm here, so everything is okay. She said through her tears. How can you be so calm? Because I always knew that we were going to be together. Senya raised her right hand, and on her finger I saw a ring that was woven out of Maylily. I've lost mine. Sorry. It's okay. We'll buy a new one. She smiled. Hey, hop onto the bus, you two. Olga Dmitrievna was screaming discontentedly. Why are we going back in memories now? Or is... Oh, that's weird. Is everything a memory now? The bus was peacefully bouncing over the bumps and slowly driving towards the district center. Or wherever it was going, really. You know, I can't believe that everything will end. I've gone through so much in the last week. And once again, you got the most interesting parts. Senya sulked. I don't think you'd like to exchange places with me. I can imagine, but it's still way more interesting than sitting in the library for days on end. You have weird ideas about interesting things. Did you think about it? About what? What will happen next? Tomorrow? We still need to meet somehow in the real world. Oh yeah. Let me write your address down. Yeah, right, so you can send me a letter right now? I smiled. I'll memorize it. Go ahead. We exchanged number and addresses. It's weird that we didn't have this idea earlier. I assume we never even hoped to get out of this world, and we just didn't want to remind ourselves about our past lives. What do you think it will be like? The usual? Will you just fall asleep? Senya clasped my hand and pressed her entire body against me. I hope so, but in the end, this isn't the worst thing. I'd say one of the better ones. Senya yawned and closed her eyes. Sweet dreams. See you. I didn't say anything and just continued to look out the window at the landscape that was flying by. The Soviet camp was left behind, and I would never return there. Yes, I was sure about that. But it will always be a part of my life. I changed there, changed multiple times. Compared to the time spent there, the mere 50-60 years that I have remaining in the real world are just a short moment. But I'll make sure to live them like a real human. Yeah, you're probably bad, just as that pioneer said. Senya mumbled through her sleep. And he's Semyon again. I am Semyon again. That's insane. He got cured fast. Because I was always thinking that he's gonna need a lot of therapy after this if he is going to exit into the real world with the mindset he currently has in the dream. He's gonna need a lot of therapy. But it seems that he is already on getting better as he sees himself as Semyon again. What? Nothing. Just sleep already. She laughed and pinched me painfully. Here we go. I wonder what everyone else felt in my place. The same loss of consciousness in the first moments, the feeling of anxiety, panic. I came back to my old apartment, but I didn't recognize any of it. Wow, he's been gone for a long time. Yes, it definitely feels like being in a house that you lived in many years ago. Everything looks to be in the right place, but you don't remember anything. You just think that this is how it's supposed to be. I've already forgotten the day I disappeared from this world, and I'm not sure about the year either. But it's winter outside, and that means that not much time has passed here. Yeah, I'm not 17 years old anymore, but I don't look like my real age either. Right, because he's several thousand years old, possibly. So it turns out that everything went okay. My return didn't have any unexpected consequences. Senya. I rushed to the table and wrote down the address and phone number with a shaking hand. I obviously wouldn't be able to forget them, but it'd be better to have a backup anyway. Now, what's next? How does this world work anyway? The laws are completely different here. None of which, to be honest, I've ever understood. And now I'm like a newborn, forced to live an adult's life. But let's save that for later. For now, I need to find Senya. And just like in the harem ending, Senya already found us, I guess. Someone rang the doorbell. Humans. Real humans, not pioneers. I gotta open the door. What else can I do? I've finally returned and I have to live in this world now. I slowly walked up to the door, turned the key in the lock, grabbed the handle and froze. So, how long should I stay in the doorway for? Look at her. I opened the door with a jerk, and I saw Senya. She looked just like she did in the camp. But how? Remember, I always arrived in the camp 1 week earlier than you, and I returned 1 week earlier. I forgot about Soviet, forgot about the real world. The only thing that mattered is we're together. I grabbed Senya and carried her into the room. So, are we just going to stand around? Sorry. Senya lightly jumped down onto the floor. Wait a bit, we need to do this right now. We might not have time for it later. She smiled and started digging through her purse. Give me your hand. I extended my arm to her, and Senya put a ring on my finger. Just a very basic one, like the one back in the camp. In the dim light of a dusty ceiling lamp, a golden ring was shining on her finger. I think I should have bought the rings. Well, judging by the looks of your man cave, I don't think you have the money for them. We laughed together, sincerely. Real snow was slowly falling outside the window. white, beautiful snow, the darkness of the night sliced by thousand upon thousand of the lights of the big city, which was singing with hundreds of voices, reminding us that we're still alive and still together. I gently moved my hand across Senya's cheek. Warm. Real. You won't disappear this time. You better believe it. You still owe me money for the rings. I hugged Senya and kissed her like never before. Yeah. Not bad. So, when you are ready to leave, essentially... Oh, yeah, just like that. It's like in the Good Place. Once you are ready to leave, you will just ascend to the next level. You will go to the Good Place, essentially. Instead of going to the Good Place here, you get back to the real world. You exit Sovyonok. It's purgatory, in a sense. And you have to live through it and get rid of everything that is bad about you, in a sense. Something like that. Because he found purpose and he threw away all the bad things that he had done. And that is what made him get out of it, more or less. Question is... that's the thing. We don't get to know which Semyon was the real one. The one we played in the main game or the one in the One Pioneer's story. They're both equally real, in a sense. But one could argue that the main story Semyon is the real one because the other one Semyon is just a mod or a spin-off. It's not the main game. That's it. So yeah, that is all there was for Everlasting Summer. That was one hell of a trip. I did not expect this game to be this long. I thought it was much shorter, but that's just it. It would have been so much shorter if Semyon could just learn to shut up. He loves the sound of his own voice. God damn, he was annoying to read sometimes. But I really like... I will say the overall story that you have to play the game multiple times in order to get to the good ending, the true endings, was really makes this a good game. Not a great game, but a good game. And also with this side story, it made the game a little bit better. So yeah, that is it for Everlasting Summer. We are done here. And I asked you guys a couple of weeks ago, maybe even a month or two, what game I should play next. So yeah, you will just have to wait till next week or maybe the week after that, depending on if I want a break or not, before we start playing the House of Fata Morgana. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. And if you guys want to help me out, you can do so by clicking the link down in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.